an honor for me to welcome you all today as we gather to observe World Day Against Child Labor, a day that calls upon our collective conscience to protect the innocence of childhood. This year's theme reminds us that while we have made a meaningful stride in reducing child labor globally, the journey is far from over. Let today be a call to action to strengthen our resolve, amplify our efforts, and to work together across societies to end child labor once and for all.
As we move forward with the session, I trust that it will serve not only to raise awareness, but also to deepen our understanding of the causes, consequences, and collective responsibilities surrounding child labor. May it inspire meaningful dialogue and action towards creating a safer and more just world for every child. Once again, a warm and respectful welcome to all.
Today, as we, along with the rest of the world, observe the 23rd World Day Against Child Labor, it is not a moment to feel proud, but to feel and to reflect upon the present scenario where we are still far behind in terms of child welfare. Child labor is a cruel reality that robs children of their childhood, their dreams, and basic rights. Instead of going to school and playing with friends, millions of children across the world are forced to work in farms, factories, shops, or even houses. According to the International Labour Organization, there are over 160 million child laborers globally. In India too, despite laws and awareness, many children are still working in dharas, construction sites, or as domestic helpers. The main reasons are poverty, lack of education, unemployment of parents, and social injustices. Many families are so destitute that they rely on every member, even children, to earn a living. But in doing so, we are destroying the future of our entire generations. Let us not forget that children are not meant to earn, they are meant to learn. They belong in school, not in factories. Every child has the right to dream, to grow, and to live. Even our constitutional provisions guarantees and safeguard our citizens. Article 21 of the Constitution mandates that the state shall provide free and compulsory education between the age of 6 to 14 years. And this article was inserted by the Constitution through the 86th Amendment Act of 2002. Article 24 prohibits children working in factories. No child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factories or mine or engage in any hazardous employment. Article 39. The state shall in particularly direct its policy towards securing that the health and strength of workers and the tender age of children are not abused, and that citizens are not forced by economic necessities to enter a vocation unsuited to their age or strength. Now that we are all aware of what child labor is, let me take this time to give an insight on the Child and Adolescents Prohibition and Regulation Act of 1986. And with that enactment of the Nagaland Child and Adolescents Labor Prohibition and Regulation and Rules of 2024, it has marked a major policy step towards eliminating child labor in the state. Adolescence is defined as individuals between 14 to 18 years of age. While adolescents are allowed to work, they are prohibited from being employed in hazardous occupation and posts listed by the government.
The World Day Against Child Labor is an international labor organization sanctioned holiday first launched in 2022, aiming to raise awareness and activism to prevent child labor. India has the absolute number of child labor under 14 years of age. So, awareness of child rights. Today we will talk on a serious topic, which is awareness of child rights, because many of us, we don't know what is child rights. As we know, children are the future of society and nation, society or nation. we are obliged to protect the children so that they can be an asset for the future. Now, when we talk about child rights, we need to focus on many ways a child is deprived of the rights. We and society never care and notice how they are being misused. So, when we talk about child rights, there are many aspects of it, such as child being abused, which we will discuss. Legal frameworks for children's rights in India. These are the constitutional provision. Constitution of India provides Article 14, right to life, right to equality. Regardless of our background, our status, we are treated equally under the law. Everyone is equal under the law. This Article 14 and Article 15, Clause 3, special provision for children. It empowers the state to make provisions to ensure well-being and advancement of children without being accused of discrimination. Article 21, a right to free and compulsory education, 6 to 14 years. The state is obligated to provide education without cost to children between 6 to 14 years, and attendance at school is mandatory. We all know this article. Also, Article 24, protection from child labor in hazardous job. Our speaker has already talked on this. No child below 14 years be employed in factories, mine, or any other hazardous employment. We have another Article 39, Clause E and F. It provides protection of workers, child development, preventing forced labors, protection from exploitations. So these are the constitutional provisions that provides legal frameworks for the child rights. A person under 18-year-old is alleged, if a person under 18 years, under 18-year-old is alleged or found to have committed offense, this juvenile justice give care and protections to those under 18 years. We have right to children of free and compulsory education, Act 2009 RTE Act. This ensures free and compulsory education for children aged between 6 to 14, which we have already discussed. We have the POXCO Act, Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. This act provides a legal framework to address sexual abuse and exploitation. This law also aims at protecting children from sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography. This act also established special courts for the trial of this offense and provides child-friendly procedure to ensure free and supportive legal procedure for child victims. This act is aimed to prevent child marriage. It defines child marriage as any marriage where either a woman is under 18 years or the man is under 21 years. This act provides prohibition of solemnization of such marriage, protection and relief to victims, and enhanced punishment for those who abet, promote this solemnization of marriage. It also attract rigorous imprisonment for up to 2 years and fine.
I'll be starting with a question. When you look this poster, what comes to your mind? If you ask to anybody, like, if you did, what comes to your mind? Then some people may say that it's just a paper, or it's just an art drawing by a person or a student. But when you see closely, there is a deep truth inside a picture. The first picture we'll see is there will be a silhouette of a child carrying a heavy load of construction cranes, symbolizing how children are controlled and used in industries. And the shadow, there will be a shadow. The shadow shows us the industrial skyline, where reminding us that the children are working in a very dangerous environment. Instead of being in school, instead of holding a pencil, and instead of getting an education.
So the first poster here, we can see that the image here beautifully contrasts two realities. One, we can see a child who carries books and dreams of education, while on the other hand, a child who carries and work in a hard labor in the field. See the difference of how one is privileged and one is underprivileged. By seeing the poster, we can see that the message is very clear. Children deserves to work. Children deserves and have the right to dream and not work on the fields.
Starting from the bottom, we can see like child labor is like putting shackles on a child's dream. It's like a prison for them. And it is very prevalent in our society and in many other places that children can be seen working in construction sites. With education, they can soar to greater heights. They can achieve greater achievements.
Today's program is World Day Against Child Labor. So you must be knowing that today we have heard many. We've learned so much from today's program, and also I would like to let you know that juvenile. Who's a juvenile? Juvenile is a person who is below 18 years of age. So I would also like to highlight some of our works. Our unit, our district child protection unit, we work with children below 18 years of age. So anything related with child, with abuse or child marriage, child labor, kidnapping, any abuse, we handle those cases. So we have a child helpline also, 1098. So anyone can dial in 1098, and within half an hour we'll reach the place and we'll take up the case. Today, okay, child marriage also. We have, I'm also holding the additional charge of child marriage. I'm also the district child marriage protection officer. So in Nagaland, Naga context, we don't have so many child marriage cases, but in non-locals, especially the Muslims, they have time to time we hear cases about child marriage also. So please do let us know if we come across such cases. We can dial in 1098 anytime, so we can handle those cases. Yeah, today's program was very fruitful, and I would also like to thank once again all the participants for taking part in today's program.